Welcome back to Outside the Barn, where today we're back on the Daily Driver 2004 Monte Carlo SS. This needs some maintenance, and I drive it every day to work. Jess drives it too, every now and then, and the other day it died on her. I found a loose plug on a coil pack. I think that was it. But I think we got some flaky coil packs. I know it needs brakes and oil change. It's needed a wheel speed sensor since I bought it. So maybe we go ahead and do that. Not sure about that yet. We'll see. These are coil packs. So instead of a distributor, we have coil packs, individual coil packs that run to each plug. And these get a signal from the ECM on which one to fire. Now, what I had found was that this plug here was actually loose. And when I clicked that in, the car started running again. But I kind of wonder if we don't have a flaky coil pack, or maybe this board that they bolt to is kind of flaky. I suppose we'll find out here in a second. Could be some moisture got in there or something. I think we should take it apart, clean it, and the coil packs are cheap enough. Let's go ahead and replace them just to make sure. See that pink mark right there? That means somebody probably went to pick and pull and got this harness, or I don't know, maybe this whole shebang. Let's just make sure that it hasn't been, scabbed back together or something like that. I'm gonna take the plug off of this coil pack board thing. I don't know anything about new cars, alright? I know it's, oh, this car's 20 years old, it's not new. No, it's new to me, okay? I'm used to, like, points. Everything pretty much works on the same principles, right? If there's some corrosion or something like that in here, it ain't going to be happy. So let's just give it a quick inspection. It looks pretty clean to me, but we'll inspect it a little bit closer after we remove these coil packs. Looks like she's got the original plug wires on it. I probably should have got a set of plugs for it while I was at it, but I didn't. Nothing like going in completely blind into something and just throwing parts at it, Load that parts cannon up and let her rip, tater chip. Like most computer and calculator things, it just fixed itself, as far as I'm concerned. I know how to take bolts out and then put bolts back in, and that's pretty much all you can do with these damn things. I have no idea how this stuff works. It's all just magic, I'm pretty sure. There's some sort of gasket or something here. Looks like that's replaceable. It came with a new one. We might as well replace it while we're here, I guess. Well, we'll repeat that 2 more times. Here's our new coil pack here from Blue Streak. I've always had pretty good luck with them for a budget, kind of deal. So that's going to work fine, and we'll just snap it all back together, bolt them back down, and hopefully we'll just forget that it ever had a little glitch. It's fine. Not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to find that in here. Mouse nest built up in the intake here. That could be an indication of a problem of why something might have been unhappy, not quite making it. We had little rodent bastards chewing on everything. I didn't see that one coming, I really didn't. Have you been nibbling on anything, guys? I mean, I've been driving the car. I don't know, you 5 been going for a ride with me to work every day? Definitely some corrosion on the old coil packs here, so I think we're doing some good regardless. New coil packs installed. I guess all we can really do is see if it still runs. And I hope it does. I guess it's fine. Well, let's get the wheels off of here, and we'll knock out the front first, because that's where the bulk of our work is. It's basically, you gotta get the hub nut off to be able to do the bearing and the wheel speed sensor. It's all built into one on these. I've never done them, but we will learn together. Pretty standard stuff here. First off, just easily remove the caliper. God bless. There we go. Piece of cake. We just take the caliper off and take the caliper bracket off. Then the rotor and the pads will come out, which desperately need changed. And the rotor's probably okay, but I got new ones. The speed sensor is built into the bearing. I have traction control and ABS. It's not happy. I was kind of hoping I would just find a damaged wiring harness or something somewhere, but it all looks fine. So I think I actually need to replace one of them. Which one? I have no idea. I don't know how to find out either. And, you know, I don't really care to... Jesus. I don't really care to buy a bunch of expensive scanning equipment or, you know, Texas Instruments or whatever this thing needs. Well, I guess these haven't been done in a while. I'm not asking anymore. There it goes. Plenty of pad left on them. I mean, definitely doesn't really need pads. They were squealing pretty good, but I don't know, maybe it's the other side or something. They sure look okay to me, but well, we'll replace them anyway, just because I'm here. But it shimmies real bad when you come to a stop, and I'm gonna guess the rotors probably just need turned, but it feels like they've been turned before with that lip here. We'll just change it all. You know, throw parts at it. Parts cannon, because it's a newer car, and you know, it's pretty much all you can do if you're a regular person. Well, there's caliper bracket. That hurt. Fell on my leg. New cars are so much better than old ones. So much easier to work on. Really a piece of cake. You know, I hate old cars where you just take out one nut and everything comes apart. It's so stupid, really. Obviously, it never worked. What do you gotta do to do this? The bolts go in the back side? I gotta take apart this whole goddamn thing. I did look it up. Apparently you're supposed to take this nut thing off with it on the ground, which makes sense. I didn't have a, whatever, 30, I looked it up, it said 35 millimeters. Glad I didn't buy that, because it's not a 35. Appears to be a 34. Possibly a 33. Well, yes, 33 fits very nice. So, you know, I just bought every single socket that O'Reilly had. I'll take them back later. But that 33 fits pretty good. Let's see if this works without me putting it back on the ground, because I would really rather not. Oh, yeah. That's no problem at all. I guess you can get to these 13 millimeter bolts back here. I don't know how the hell you do that, but we'll figure it out. I guess you don't have to remove everything to do it, so that's cool, but what a stupid... Oh, got one. Oh, I'm gonna round it off. I swear to, I know I'm gonna. Oh, why? Why is it like this? There's two of them. Well, there's, you know, no room at all. Of course there isn't. Why would they give you any room to work on it? No, don't do that. That'd make it too easy. Just take it to the dealer. I'm guessing once it's unbolted, it just comes right off, right? No, not quite, huh? Weird. What you gotta do, just beat on it a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, so go ahead, just come off of there. Come on. There we go. Huh. Yeah. I think... Yeah, the wheel speed sensor stayed behind. Yep, I think it was junk. Now how do I get it out of here? God damn it. This whole green part stayed behind. There's the wheel speed sensor. Ah, yeah. There's all the wires. Inductive current, I would guess, of some variety. This is very stuck in there. It's very much not coming out. I have now gone well past the point of no return. This is not the point I like to be at. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is that I don't have the time or the patience to deal with the shop to screw this up just as bad as I can. Aha! Alright, well, yeah, that thing was definitely bad. I mean, I didn't beat on it that hard. It shouldn't have just fallen apart like that. I'm supposed to clean this up a bit, maybe? Scrape it all off. Yep, looks repaired to me. Yeah, I'm sure with whatever the hell brand these things are, I'll be doing this again in 6 months, but at least I'll be a seasoned pro by then. I am dangerously unqualified to be doing this. Something like that? Yeah. Somewhere in that neighborhood, huh? Then we start all the bolts, put them in there. I guess it's splined onto it. I don't know. How tight do these need to be? I don't know, but my gut says probably all. I guess that's tight enough. I don't know. Who knows? It's just the wheel bearing of the car. I mean, what could possibly go wrong anyway? I'm going to guess orientating this plug and wiring harness is probably pretty critical so it doesn't get destroyed. I think that's pretty good there. Keeps it out of the way of that CV shaft. Everything else should be just fine. I have these Mystery Meat brand rotors here and pads. Bought the whole kit from Detroit Axle. It was the cheapest I could find, but it did come with ceramic pads and zinc plated rotors, so that's something. You can't really get a rotor made in the US anymore, it seems like, so they come packed with shipping grease to keep them from rusting during shipment overseas. Give them a quick rinse. You know, no, they won't last 100,000 miles, but at least we can keep the grease off our new pads. Yeah, something like that. Now we put our caliper bracket on, then we hang our caliper with new pads, and we're done. Let's put our new anti-rattle clips in. We'll put just a bit of grease on each one of those where the pad sits on them, and that's just going to help keep brake noise to a minimum. And this little Mystery Meat brand kit actually came with a little bit of grease, so that's kind of cool. Got to get our caliper around here, and we got to smush them back in, you know, push that piston back together. I'm you know, old school. I just take one of the old brake pads, stick it in there, take my big old C-clamp like this, and then tighten the C-clamp, use that brake pad to spread the force over the piston, and she'll just squeeze right back in. Maybe, if it's not stuck, which it very well could be. As we're doing this, we're forcing the fluid out of the caliper, back through the line, back to the master cylinder, and that way a hydraulic system is sealed. You should never lose brake fluid. If you do, you've got a problem. Put our new Mystery Meat brand ceramic pads in, and this side will be done. Then I'll knock out the other side real quick. And then we got to do the rears. Something like that should do her. Although that pad doesn't really sit. I mean, I'm not getting my money's worth out of that whole pad there. It just kind of, there's a good 1/4 inch of it that doesn't even touch. And we're going to use a little bit more of that grease on these. These are called the sliding pins. These are what holds the caliper onto the caliper bracket, but they do a little more than that. The caliper floats on these, right? So you want to grease these just a little bit, and it'll keep that caliper from sticking and carrying on, making noise and whatnot. This side is completely finished. Now, hopefully those ABS problems go away. That'd be nice. That's annoying. I turn the traction control off every time I drive the car. Whoever put this side together last really boned me. We've got a rounded off bolt in the hub. I know you can't see it, but I'm gonna try to get it with a air chisel, see if I can't get it to break free, but as tight as those damn things are, I just don't see it happening. So if I can't get it out, we'll just assume this one is just fine. I got it broke free. That's a trick that works quite a bit. You just kind of dig into the side and give her a try to make it turn left, and it turned left. Now it'll come out with a socket now. Yeah, thing's pretty mangled now. I don't know if I'm going to have any of these bolts, so, you know, it's probably just going to go right back in. This side wasn't nearly as tight as the other. I've been able to break, even the one with the air hammer came loose pretty easy once I could grip it. These three are coming out okay, so we'll swap it out. I don't think it has been changed. Well, I found some random bolt in my bolt stash here. It's metric and it threads in. But it is the wrong size head, so if it will fit in there, we will be able to replace that bolt, and that would be nice, you know. But if not, don't you think for 1 second that I won't put that bolt back in, because I will. Just enough room for the 19mm to fit in there. I think this should work fine, and it'll be better than putting that screwed up bolt back in, that's for sure. Well, I got it here. Might as well change the oil, I suppose. It's only about 2,000 miles overdue. You know, it's perfect. New El Cheapo filter. Now let's change the El Cheapo oil. Ah, pitch black. Let's fill her on up with the good stuff. Yeah, I went with the full synthetic, you know. Yeah, big spender. I know. Drink up. I know you'll burn a quart in 2,000 miles anyway. Then we'll put this thing back on the ground, and we might as well go ahead and throw some rear brakes at it while it's in here. I mean, I got them, so why not go for it? Unless I'm mistaken, these rear brakes are pretty much the same deal. Take off the caliper, take off the caliper bracket, change the rotor, which it desperately needs this rotor. That might be the squeal that I was hearing. It might have been back here. But, you know, parts can. This thing is very rusty underneath. Fuel filler tubes rusty, all the exhaust is rusty, every single steel thing under here completely rotted. So we'll just ignore all that. The car only has 130,000 miles on it. I wouldn't expect to see that much, but oh, what a cute little fuzz that is. Oh yeah, yeah, she was due for these. These are into the wear indicators. Give that a quick rinse out. There we go. We'll reassemble it. There really ain't much else to it. We'll just have to go drive the car. Well, the brakes are all done. It's back on the ground. Let's go take it for a drive and see if our ABS traction control is, you know, playing nicely now, and see if it dies like it did on Jess the other day. I wasn't here. I was in Michigan, so I don't really know what happened. We'll figure it out though. One of these days I'll have time to put a hood on this thing and paint it. But first, let's make sure it's reliable again. Sounds pretty good so far. Brakes pump up. Check engine light's still on, but that's actually a thermostat, I think. It doesn't get up to temp very quick. Kind of want it to die if it's going to do it. Oh, also it's nighttime, so sorry for that. But we work when we get the chance to, right? Why is the power steering pump making noise? Let's get on it a little bit on the road here. It runs better with those coil packs. Don't ignore the sockets. So I go take those back. Let's do that. Gutless, but not too bad. It's not making me feel like it's gonna die or anything. So far, so good. It's not doing anything weird. By now, the ABS and traction control would have come on, so at least our wheel speed sensors are working. That's pretty nice. I'm very happy about that. Let's pick up a little power steering fluid while we're here. Took me more than a minute to figure out where the power steering fluid goes. It's way the hell back there. See if it makes it home. Pretty sure I got power steering fluid all over the belt. So that's nice. It appears to have made everything worse. Excellent. Well, there you have it, folks. It made it back home. It's still running. Is it fixed? Fuck if I know. So follow outside the barn and see what happens next with it. I really want to do the front clip on it, and it needs a set of struts pretty bad. So, you know, just daily maintenance, you know, just like everybody else has to do on their cars, right? Nothing special, but I guess it's probably good. I'll let you know if it breaks down on my way to work Monday. See ya.